guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is MSA for those of you who are new. So today I'm very excited. I'm going to be reviewing this new foundation by Lisa Eldridge called The Foundation. I mean, it's Lisa Eldridge. Her reputation precedes her. When I saw this advertised on her Twitter account, I think it took me about 30 seconds before I made the decision to buy it. So I am so excited to review it for you today. I'm just going to read out a very short description about this product, and this is on her website, and it says, this intelligently formulated self-setting foundation blends effortlessly to smooth and unify skin with a natural looking soft focus finish. So I think what this is saying is that this is medium coverage and it can be shared out if you don't want it as heavy, or you can build it up to a full coverage, which is exciting. I will be talking a bit more about some of the ingredients in this foundation when I apply it. And can we just appreciate the packaging? Come on. Gold. I love gold. It's one of my favorite colors. So it looks very luxurious and yeah, easy to hold. And it's got a pump. Yay. I don't know who makes foundations these days without pumps. So 2 gets 10 out of 10 for packaging. In terms of the price, it retails for £44. And also I wanted to show you it. You can get these foundation cards, which I think are pretty awesome. So if you're not sure of your shade, you can buy these for £2. Then it lets you test it out at home before you go on to the website to order, which I think that's fantastic, and more brands should be thinking about doing it. And yeah, if I didn't mention it before, it does come in 40 shades in a variety of undertones, which is pretty cool. So let's get stuck into the application, and if you want to see more makeup reviews, makeup tutorials and creative inspiration, don't forget to subscribe and don't forget to give me a like. It goes a long way with keeping me motivated to keep creating this content for you. Okay, so my skin is already primed. I usually use the Becca Evermatte Poreless Priming Perfector on my T-zones. Then I go in with the Bare Minerals Prime Time original primer all over my face. And then I set the primers with translucent powder, just because I have very oily skin, and I use this for every single foundation that I wear, and that's what helps me to keep it on all day. But if your skin is drier, I would use a moisturizing primer and you don't have to set it with powder. Okay, so that's that. I got the shade 33, and before I put it on, I'm going to swatch the 4 shades that I bought. So I'm just going to put them on the back of my hand. Here is shade 33, and that's actually the shade I'm going to use. It actually has neutral undertones. And now this is shade 34. And you can see this is a lot more red. 35. Again, this is looking quite neutral, a little bit darker, obviously, than this shade. And lastly, this is shade 36. And again, that's looking a lot more red. So I think that's pretty cool in terms of undertone. Obviously, these are just 4 shades, but I highly recommend you go onto the website because it's very comprehensive, all the different shades and undertones. Okay, so I'm gonna start off with about 3 pumps, and let's see how we go. I'm going to use a Real Techniques foundation brush, and it's quite dense because I like my foundation very full coverage. So I usually start in the center of my face. And at first when I applied it, I did notice it does look a little bit red for me because I'm quite neutral. I don't like foundations that are very red, but after I set it with powder, I liked it. I felt that it was okay. Now onto the ingredients that Lisa has mentioned on her website. It has glycerin in it. So glycerin, as we all know, is a moisturizer, which is what will make this foundation quite good for anyone with drier skin tones or if you have dry patches. And then the other thing it has is it's bamboo stem extract, which I didn't know this before, but it has natural silica in it. And what silica does is it absorbs excess moisture. So for people like me who are very oily, that's good to have such ingredient because that will mop up excess oils as the day goes on. Now I finished those 3 pumps, so I'm going to go in with a bit more. And the coverage is not bad. Like, obviously I'm using a very dense brush, so I'm building it up to full, but I can see that if you used a brush, maybe like a stippling brush, you would have a much more lighter coverage. But so far so good, feels good. And the other ingredient that I saw listed on the website is called Femexil. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. So I think I don't know if it's patented, but it had like a little symbol next to it, which makes me think that it might be. So this Femexil is a biopolymer that actually creates a mesh. So apparently after 3 minutes, this foundation is supposed to be self-setting because it forms a mesh, and the mesh is meant to, I think it's meant to lift, tighten and smooth. So I'm all for that. That sounds pretty good. I'm finding it's very easy to apply. Thankfully it's not drying too quickly, so I have time to sort of buff it in. So I've applied it all over my face now, and it does apply beautifully. I have built it up in certain areas, especially here. You can't see it now, but I do have an area of hyperpigmentation. It's just a spot that healed, and I did have to go over it a few times to cover it up. But as I've built up the layers, it's not looking cakey, and it still looks pretty good. It is very glowy, as you can see. So yeah, if you had dry skin, you could leave it, and then I think it would just set on its own and would be okay. But because my skin is oily, there's just no way that's going to happen. It does look very dark looking at it, and it does look quite red. So when I first put it on, I was a bit scared because, as I said, I'm more neutral. You can see my neck, and my neck is lighter than my face anyways, but I'm going to make it work by putting on some concealer. I'm also going to contour, put on some powder, and finish up just the under part of my eyes, and then I'll come back to give my final thoughts on this foundation. All right, I'm back. My face is all done, and I hope you can see that it now is a better match with my neck, and that's because I have highlighted with concealer that's a few shades lighter than my usual skin tone, so it's pulled the look together. Yes, it is a bit dark, but I can get away with it by highlighting. But the next time I buy this foundation again, I probably will go to shade 31, which is lighter, but it still has neutral undertones for a slightly better match. So again, my advice is buy the foundation tester cards first to be sure, or go into the store. I believe she's got a pop-up now in Covent Gardens. Get yourself a shade matched before you commit to buying a whole bottle of the foundation. But it looks good. I mean, my skin looks really smooth. I'm not seeing all the fine lines or all the pores, and there's a certain feel to it. It's got a bit of a velvety texture. Like, it feels nice. It feels very lightweight, and it looks good. I'm very, very happy with it. I'm impressed. Unfortunately, I have to go to work in a few hours, and I know I'm going to have to take off the eye makeup, so I will disrupt it a bit. So unfortunately, I can't do a very long wear test, but in the description box when I post this video, I'll let you know how long I've worn it for and whether it held up. But so far so good. I'm really, really liking it. A few other final thoughts. Oh, by the way, this foundation, it's fragrance free and it's alcohol free and it's talc free, so that's quite good. And I think it's on the website, Lisa has said that it's good for sensitive skin. So anyone with sensitive skin, if you've tried out this foundation, I'd be interested to know what you think. And yes, again, I will say I love the packaging. I love the fact that there's 40 shades with a variety of undertones, which I think is wonderful. When I look back maybe 10, 20 years, we didn't have this much variety in terms of undertone, and also catering to really dark skin tones and really, really light skin tones, because those are the people that are often left out of foundation launches. So well done, Lisa. And I think it's just showing her many years of experience that she's just put into formulating these products. And oh yes, finally to say, it is a medium finish, but it is buildable. I did have to build it up probably in a couple of layers to get it to a full coverage foundation. So I think it's great that in that way it will cater to a number of people, whether people want really light coverage, medium or full coverage. So I think for her first release, Lisa, you've done a fantastic job. I'm impressed, and yeah, I look forward to wearing this again and again and again. Thank you guys so much for watching this review, and please don't forget to like, to subscribe, drop me some comments down below, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!